let's cut the music. Let's cut the music. Let's cut the music. How are you doing, guys? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. This is the Bayern versus Man City game. Obviously, Bayern is gonna come to the Etihad, but I wanted to do this preview. I have work tomorrow, so I might not do the reaction tomorrow. Maybe I'll do the reaction next morning. Maybe I'll do it late night at night. It depends what it. But welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to the show. The day is here, guys. The day is here. Tomorrow, it's going to be Man City versus Bayern in the first leg of the Champions League. It's a quarterfinal, guys. It's a big game. It's a big game, and we all know what happens in these big games. Hopefully, I beg, hopefully we turn up because we have to turn up. These are the big boys. It's Bayern. So, guys, let me welcome the people in the crowd, man. Sophia's Football Talk says, "Big up, excited for the game." I know, big up to you, man. Go subscribe to our channel, guys. Very good fan. Bobby K, how you doing? How you doing, Bobby K? Much life to you. Thank you for the comment. Go and subscribe to the channel. The girl Kirk or Garrick, I don't know if maybe you call it. Go Patrick. Thank you very much, man. Daniel says, big up. Cannot wait for this game. We have to win. Let's have this right. I have watched Bayern the last three games. They lost a lot of balls in dangerous areas when Forsberg pressed them. Come on, City. Come on, City. Indeed. Big Morgan says, hello, Blue Boys. How you doing, man? The only Bayern midfielder who is secure with the boys' Kimmich. The rest lose so many balls. We just have to be careful with the counter-attacks, but I'm sure Pep is prepared for that. I'm pretty sure he's prepared for that. Better Game says, yo, Better Games, how are you doing? How you doing? True City fan, I hit the like button. Yeah, big up to you, man. Hit the like button, man. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button as we move on. So anyway, let me also read more comments here. McKinnon Way says, "Good evening, Pat. Hope you're well. Hope you're well, McKinnon. Hope you're doing well. Hell up. How you doing, man? How you doing? I'm joining right now. Big up to you, Better Games. But Meccano and Delete have bad moments when you test them. We have to test them. We're gonna have to press them. We're gonna have to press them, Andrew. You're gonna do a reaction when we beat them." Yeah, man. I love the confidence. I love the confidence. Who's confident, guys? Say in the comments. Who's very confident that we're gonna beat Bayern? Who's confident that City are gonna beat Bayern and then City are gonna beat Bayern away? Or who thinks maybe we'll beat Bayern at home, then we'll draw away? Tell me, guys. What do you think? What do you think? Let's talk here. Let's talk here. So, guys, as I'm waiting for Better Games, let's I was watching the press, obviously, with Pep Guardiola. As always, the press always try to catch him out. They say a few things to make sure that maybe Pep comes out either being too cocky or maybe Pep coming scared or we've always had issues. They were asking him about the past, saying there's a lot of times in the past you fumbled. He explained about the Spurs. He said we won that tie, but lost because of away goals. We won the Lyon. He started explaining a few things, which obviously you're saying we've been unlucky in the Champions League. To be honest with you guys, I am happy that it's Bayern. I think it's good that we are playing a very big team like Bayern. In the past, sometimes when you play those small teams, you never know what happens. Those small teams, they show up once in a while and embarrass you. I'd rather play Bayern because every time Man City play a big team like Bayern, at least they show up. At least there's a bit of agency and there's a bit of seriousness. So let me welcome my man, Better Games and Pitch Points to the show, guys. How you doing, guys? Tyrone says, Wagon Blues, how you doing? We have to smash them. I think we'll beat Bayern at home and draw away. I also think the same thing. We're going to beat them both legs. Wow, Andrew, big up to you. I'm confident, but I respect them. We cannot underestimate them. It's the UCL. Everything can happen, especially when you face UCL. Like Bayern. Wow, that's good. I'm confident. After Martin's stream yesterday, he said when we talk about them fearing us. Oh, yeah, I've heard they've been fearing us. So, hi, Patrick and Chad. How you doing, Twisted, man? Big up to you. Pep looks confident. He has to be confident, man, because if our manager is not confident, players are not confident. So let me share something with you before Dr. Pitch Points comes in and before Veda Games comes in. So Veda Games, Bayern versus Man City is finally here. It's finally here. We can't escape it. We can't say it's coming soon. It's right here. It's on our doorstep. We're going to have to play the game. The nerves are going to go out of the window. But if you look at this, the form guide shows that Bayern have only won 3 games. They've lost twice. City have won all the games. So looking at the form guide, do you see there is a City are coming into this as favorites?
Yeah, I mean, City are going into this first half of the leg as favorites because they're coming to our house, right? So, deservingly so. We have the right of being the favorites for this game. We've been playing, we've been in very good form. Um, does it mean that the match is decided and it's easy sailing? No, this is Champions League, right? So we know that we have to be on our p's and q's. We got to be ready for this match, and I think we are. We look at you look at those 5 dubs. Pep's been Pep's been managing the squad. It hasn't been the same 11, but Pep's been managing the squad to get the best performances, and I think he's going to do the same thing. Yeah, it's a familiar face that we're going to see with Tuchel across the board, but he's going to be ready. He's going to be ready for it, and I think
He has to, yeah.
the way he's been talking in the press conferences, he already knows how they're going to write about him. Pep doesn't care
Yeah.
about the media. He's
Yeah.
like, what am I going to do for these guys to be ready to play at their level? And
Yeah.
I'm confident going into this game.
Yeah. So Veta Game says he's very confident going into this game. Let me just read this. Pep doesn't like to be reminded of the final with Chelsea, and neither do I. Yeah, me too. I think they're trying. They're just idiots. I think they're trying to just, or they're always trying to make him upset, trying to make him get upset, time to panic. That's what they like. The media doesn't like us. I think we're gonna go all the way. Okay, all the way. Players have the experience. I think we're gonna go all the way. That's what Andrew says. And talking about Mister, we're gonna go all the way. Let's speak to Mr. Gundorian, who believes that this year is our year. Something special is going to happen. I also believe the same. Carl, how you doing, man? You've been studying Bayern. So Bayern have lost 2 games, won 3 games. City have won all their games. How you see this game panning out?
Yeah, good afternoon. Glad to be back. Stateside, North America side.
Thank you,
Safe
man.
travel,
It's
man.
good that you saved up with
Yeah,
man. It's all
for
good.
me, I couldn't care less what anybody thinks.
Uh,
I couldn't care less what rivals think. I'm on chat right now. Some United fan is trying to say stuff. You're in Europa League, brother. I couldn't care less what you think. Win it, lose it, couldn't care less. It doesn't change the fact that this man is probably the greatest manager to walk in the modern era. Doesn't change the fact that this team is a phenomenal team. I think we're going to beat Bayern tomorrow. I believe we will, both home and away. I don't think they understand the levels and hunger this team has. I don't think they know Erling Haaland is going to be a problem. And I've been studying them. Looks like they have some players who are out as well for the game tomorrow. I've looked at the way they play, the system that they play, what they try to do, what the strengths are, what the weaknesses are, and how we can exploit those. So yeah, I just couldn't care less what rivals think. We don't win it, we'll keep trying. We'll keep trying. It is what it is. But I think we're going to do well tomorrow. So when you're ready, let's talk about what they do and what I've learned so far.
Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. Guys, like the vid, guys. The professor is about to cook, so like the vid, guys. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to Veda Games, subscribe to Pick Point, subscribe to True City Fan. Show us some love, guys. And if you are on True City Fan, make sure you go subscribe to Pitch Points and subscribe to Veda Games right now. Has Tuchel been at Bayern long enough to make a positive impact? That goes to you, Veta.
That's a tough one to call, man. If I haven't talked much with Bayern fans, to be honest with you, but Bayern fans at the time of Tuchel's hiring, but Nagelsmann's firing, were confused. They didn't see it happening. They didn't see it coming. They were like, this guy's second in the league. He obviously comfortably got out of his group stage. What's the reason for the firing? So, do players step up their game, knowing that there's a new manager, someone that I need to impress? I need to show that
Yeah.
I'm about it. Yes,
Or the
I
new
think
manager bounce, the
new manager
popular new
bounce.
manager bounce. Yeah.
Players wanted to be in his good favor, showing that he should, or showing him that he or they should be considered to be playing. I think that
Yeah.
will be a positive impact. But in terms of the manager knowing the stressors, knowing the weaknesses, knowing the best positions to put players in, I'd have to say no. I'd have to say no. Tuchel, yes, he's been in the league before. Yes, he's probably prepared against Bayern, but this is a different team. It's got Mane. I mean, he's had to address with new additions, but I think he, of all managers, is going to revert to what he knows. Because like everyone, we've got triggers. We got what is it? We've got comforting blankets, right? We've got things that we go to when we're stressed. Tuchel is probably going to be doing things that Pep's probably seen before, managing wise. So the first leg is for us to really dictate because we're home. It's going to be interesting to see what he does. I've only watched one match, and that was actually the loss that Bayern had against Freiburg.
Is it Freiburg or Forsberg?
Yeah,
What do we call them? Is it Freiburg?
Yeah, Freiburg. I'm butchering the name, but you guys know.
I'm not a fan of Bundesliga. Let me know. I want to know RB Leipzig. I know mucho Gladbach and the rest. And Dortmund. I don't know the rest of the teams.
Yeah.
Oh, not Leverkusen. Bayern Leverkusen, I know
Leverkusen,
them.
Yep. Leipzig, But Tuchel's been messing around with, and it hasn't been the same formation or the same 11 that he's played in these 3 matches. So he's trying to figure it out. Yeah, he's trying to figure it out. I couldn't say that it's a positive, but I know it's going to be a fight because they've got a lot of quality on that other side of the pitch.
Yeah, so Tindo says we need Walker in this game. Speed is required in defense. Any suggestions? We're going to decide that when we're doing the lineup. We'll talk about that.
I'm not so sure we need that in this game.
Yeah, we're going to discuss it at the end anyway. I like you guys' reaction to Pep's press because you actually watch it, not read the answers on Twitter. You guys get the context. We do. We watch everything before. All of us watch and do research before we do these videos. We don't just come from.
It was a good presser too. It was like 20. It was like 20 minutes long. It was a good one.
We don't just come from picking the tomatoes in the market and come here. No, we don't. A Bayern team still hasn't looked to set here to the manager. Okay, Carl, the mic is yours. What do we expect from Bayern as a team? I know Veta Games has touched upon it, but formation-wise, the way they attack, who's the threat?
So under Tuchel, they played 2 systems so far. They've played a 4-2-3-1 and they played a 4-1-4-1. So, which is kind of like a 4-3-3, but it's 4 defensive players, 1 holding midfielder, 4 attacking, and 1 number 9. Now, because we know, I think Choupo-Moting is out, Maxim Choupo-Moting is out. I think they're going to play a false 9 in Gnabry as the forward striker, and then play Mane and Sane either side. Which means that probably Joao Cancelo is probably going to have to start because Pavard is going to have to play in defense with Upamecano. I think is also out as well. I think he's out, which means it's going to be De Ligt versus Haaland.
Wait, but it's always De Ligt and it's always De Ligt and Upamecano. So who partners?
But I think he's out. I think Upamecano is out injured. I think he's out injured.
So it's Pavard. Pavard is a fullback. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think he may be out. So is what's his name?
So he had Coleman, Getzi on the bench. Coleman on the bench. Yeah. So basically, you're saying what formation? Looks like they're playing.
It's a 4-1-4-1. It's a 4-1-4-1.
Yeah.
It's a 4-1-4. That's what he played the last game against. Played the last game.
Wait. That midfield is Musiala, Musiala and Thomas Muller still.
Yeah.
Isn't it Getzi? I'm pretty sure he's gonna play Getzi in this. You cannot.
I don't know
Goretzka. Well, this guy. Yeah. I think I'm butchering his name.
Oh, Goretzka. Yeah, he's decent.
Goretzka. Yeah.
He's good.
So if you go back to the what you were showing before, real quick. Okay, good. So you can see here, right? So they play a 4-1-4-1. You can see the inverted wingers of Mane and Sane left and right. He inverts them so they can try to get some goals with Thomas Muller on that side, and then holding is Kimmich. And then you have so for me, I think the threats come from Davis. Let's go back up. Come from Davis. Threats come from probably Gnabry and maybe Mane. I think we can contain Sane, Muller, Kimmich. And then where they are weak is really in the central core.
Musiala and Muller are not fast, are they?
It's not even the fast. The quality. They're comparing those guys to De Bruyne and Rodri and Gundogan. Those 3 are clear. It's not even a comparison. It's not even Musiala versus De Bruyne. It's not even comparison. Right? It's not. The quality difference is clear, and this is the problem with we have so much recency fear in the fan base about this team that we don't actually look at the players and ask ourselves the question, player for player, who's better? We're talking about De Bruyne and Rodri versus. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear loud and clear.
Carl, when we look at that three, we'd probably say Musiala is supposed to be their KDB and Mueller is supposed to be their Gundogan in terms of like.
It's actually the opposite way. Muller is supposed to be what they call the Raumdeuter, which is kind of the space finder. He's the one who roams about without a real
Doesn't
position.
he play number 10? He plays behind the striker. He used to play behind the striker.
He's what they call a Raumdeuter, which is the space finder, right? The guy who kind of pops around the whole space, plays looking for space to receive the ball, which is what Kevin does. So Kevin is our own Raumdeuter. Right.
Okay.
You compare Muller to Kevin, and I mean, it's just Kevin's younger, Kevin is faster. Kevin put those through was a little better. Musiala is supposed to be another kind of Gundogan kind of player, but he's a little quicker, but he's not as experienced. And so you know, they have Kimmich who's good, but then you know he was chasing Kevin De Bruyne in the game to play against
Goretzka is not gonna play.
He may play. We'll see what happens. But my concern is, I think Tuchel will revert back to what he is used to. I think he's going to go back three.
Okay.
Because it's the first game. He's going to try and play a back three. So 3-4-2-1. Right? Try to use wing backs. But the problem is which wing back he's going to use. He can't use Cancelo because Cancelo get exposed. Alphonso Davies has the pace to keep up, but then Walker can match him that side as well. So it's a conundrum for him. Trust me. He's also as worried as some of our fan base are. It's not an easy game for him.
It's not an easy game for everybody. So HD774 says hi. They struggle to beat Forsberg Saturday, says Andrew. The threat is definitely going to come out wide on the wings. Yeah, maybe. They aren't coming with a striker, so force 9. That's true. Meccano is in the squad, says Daniel. Meccano wasn't playing last game because he was suspended. So he's out of it. Professor Kundo, my favorite City fan analyst, Pandit. Always look forward to hearing him. Big up. And the midfield of Goretzka and Kimmich definitely tells you the midfield is going to be very physical. We have to attack that right side of Bayern. Cancelo can't defend and Sané doesn't track.
I don't think Cancelo
I noticed that David loses a lot of balls when you press him. Apparently, David loses a lot of balls when you press him. I would like.
Let me tell you the weak point in this game.
Let me just read the last one. The last one just says Bernardo needs to start to be able to match Goretzka and Kimmich of work rate. Let's win the midfield battle and it's over for Bayern. De Bruyne, Rodri, Gundo, or De Bruyne, Rodri, Bernardo will do the job. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Carl. These are my people coming up. These are this is what I like about our fan base. Some of our
your students are here, Carl. Today, your students are here.
This is what I like about you guys out there in YouTube. Like, you guys get it. You guys have the mentality.
They're smart. Like, this chat is always full of smart people. Big up to you guys.
That's exactly what I have in my notes. Literally, we have to win the midfield battle, and we have to counter press them. We have to play without fear.
Is Sommer good passing the ball from the back as good as Neuer?
He's pretty good, but he's not an Edison or Manuel Neuer. He's good.
Yeah.
The weakness in this team is the centre backs.
Pavard is a fullback, though. Why are they playing him as a centre back? Pavard is a fullback.
Because Upamecano
was suspended. Yeah, right.
So Upamecano, still with Upamecano and De Ligt, that's their weakness. That's their weakness. Telling you right now, that is the weakness. I went back and watched the game that we played against them in preseason. Remember that game in preseason in July?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I watched that game again.
How did that game end again? We drew, didn't we?
We won 1-0. Haaland scored a goal.
Yeah.
Right? And when I watched that game, it was so easy for us to get through the midfield up front. It was so easy. Now, of course, we had to manage the counter attacks, but it was so easy to pick 2 or 3 passes up and go behind it. Now, they're going to come and play a highlight, which is what they normally do. Which is, in my opinion, this game is a Kevin game. This is where De Bruyne will shine.
Has to cook. Yeah, has to cook.
This is the game in which he's going to shine. So it's going to be interesting. They'll play a false 9. Their weaknesses for me are the centre backs, De Ligt and Upamecano, also central midfield. We have to match their midfield. And then their strengths are the left back, Thomas Müller, Mane will be a problem. And then, with Gnabry, it has to be Stones or Diaz marking him. It cannot be Akanji. I'm sorry. As much as he's my countryman, it just cannot be Akanji.
Yeah, Akanji cannot be. Guys, like the video, keep going. So, you've already told us the threats. Mane, who some Bayern fans say hasn't had a good season. Obviously, he's injured. And Mane loves UCL and he'll be hungry for it. So, now, guys like the vid, why wouldn't we not be confident we are better than Bayern, but some in our fan base have PTSD in the UCL? we have to wake up and show some balls. Big up to you, Daniel. Speaking from the chest. Big up to you guys. Like the vid. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Subscribe to Pitch Points. Veta, can you do your little?
Oh yeah. Let me do that.
Your line. There he goes. Veta Games, guys. Go subscribe to Veta Games. Okay, so before we go to predictions, man. Let's go to my favorite part of always when I'm doing streams. Guys, get involved. If you see we are putting a brick in, tell us that we are putting a brick in. We can remove the brick and put another one. So in goal, who goes in goal, Carl? Carson, because he's got the UCL.
With Bayern's high line and the way they play, it has to be only one player.
Okay, so now this is where we're going to negotiate. I think, or debate, not negotiate.
I think if you start from the top, I think if you start from the top, it's going to be easier because the defense is going to be the hardest piece because the defense influences the midfield. Right, Vader, what do you think? Start from the top and it makes it easier.
Okay, I'm pretty sure you're not leaving this man out. Okay, so who's going to be right wing and left wing? Grealish is on form. I don't think at this point in time we ask each other. Right wing,
Bernardo.
Right wing,
Bernardo Silva.
Yeah,
in my opinion. Vader, what do you think?
No, I did my own, and yeah, Bernardo. I'm in agreement with.
Yeah,
you.
To be honest with you, I would say yes to Bernardo. You know why I would say yes to Bernardo? Because if Davis makes mistakes when pressed, who else makes people make mistakes? Remember how Bernardo made Arsenal make mistakes when he came in? Because Arsenal were they were excellent in the passing from the back. As soon as Bernardo came, he presses you in a way where he doesn't leave you. So, okay, I put Bernardo in, and I'm okay with that. But here's the thing. Bayern are not mugs, so Bayern might open up. And when you open up, when you have Riyad Mahrez is bound to score in the UCL. So why Bernardo? Carl, explain, and Veta.
Because remember what Pep said about Bernardo. Bernardo's a player who, within one or two movements, he can press two or three players.
Yeah.
Remember he said that recently.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
That Bernardo is the kind of player who, with one or two movements, he can literally counter press two or three players, which is what you need in that. Because remember, on that left side, you're going to have two players. You're going to have Mane, and you're also going to have who? Koeman. Yeah. Right? So we're going to play Bernardo on that right side.
No, you're going to Mane and Davis.
Mane and Davis, right? You're going to have Mane and Davis, right, on that left side. So you have to have, my opinion, Kyle Walker and Bernardo Silva, right? One that can press, one that has the pace, right, for recovery. If you place Mahrez there, then all the pressure now becomes on Walker. So you have 2v1s against Walker, and then he gets frantic, he makes a mistake, doesn't even know to cover. He's lost in between two players. I think Bernardo can do the job of pressing on that right side, sacking the ball, and also giving it to Kevin to overload on the other side too.
What about Alvarez?
He'll be on the bench.
I think Alvarez is
unless he comes for Gundogan.
So the midfield is quite simple. Let's not even negotiate, isn't it?
Kevin, Rodri.
I don't know. I just think like these UCL games, we will need Gundogan. We need Gundogan. I think Gundogan is dangerous, especially in the UCL, and he's one of those shadow runs of his. You know, the shadow ones where he just goes in behind and none of you know. Man, that's a strong 6. That's a very strong 6. Like I'm loving that. That's a strong 6. I know it's on the preseason, but last time we fetched them, they couldn't attack us. We had 22 shots, 5 on target. Bayern had 3 and 0 on target. Wow. Edison, Walker, Stones, Diaz, Ake, De Bruyne, Rodri, Gundo, Bernardo, Haaland, Krish. Katuta, he doesn't want to waste time. He's got the whole back line. He doesn't want to waste time. I would play Edison, Ake, Diaz, Stones, Walker, Rodri, Gundogan, De Bruyne, Grealish, Haaland, Bernardo. So people agree to no Alvarez embarrassing. No, Alvarez can play because he's the first choice. Guys, so people want Walker, Stones, Diaz, and Ake. That's a good back line. But Carl and Veta, maybe somebody will need to be tucking into midfield, and you know what that means. Stones. You know what that also. Do you think it's okay? Let me ask Veta, and even ask Carl. Both of you can answer.
Yeah. You see, it depends. How you've looked, Patrick. It depends.
That's what I'm saying. How you've started Bayern. Okay, how you've started Bayern. Is it necessary to have somebody tucking in next?
No, I don't think so. Because they play a 4-1-4-1, right? It's going to be they play 4-2-3-1.
Kimmy Johnny Hodden. Yeah, Kimmy.
Then it's going to be 3v2, right? And they have right. But if they play a 4-1-4-1, then it's going to be, if we can keep the ball, it's going to be 3v1. Or at maximum to be 3v2 because one of the fullbacks were talking, maybe a Cancelo or So I think the risk of the conventional winger, in this case Mane and Alphonso Davies on that right side, you may want to play a Walker because of his pace.
I would do the same thing. I would play Walker. Like I know Walker, but Walker is the only one who can chain somebody like Sane or Mane. Because my God, those guys will have Christmas. This is Mane and Sane we're talking about.
Which is if Akanji's not going to play, we take him out. I mean, Walker has to play.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think
I wouldn't play Akanji in this game with the mistakes he's been making. This is Mane. Mane will love playing Akanji. Let's be honest. Do you agree with it? Mane will love playing Akanji.
I'm in agreement because I think we set up at home. We set up at home to win, right? And we're gonna.
But remember how he played Leipzig? Because Leipzig always counter, and they had fast players. Leipzig have got faster players than Bayern. Do you think he's looking at that front and saying, "I'm going to do the same John Stones thing, stop the counters in the middle of the park"?
No, I think it would be more so that case if we also weren't playing at home.
Okay.
I think the fact that we're playing at home, I think he's going to look at, you know what, I'm going to get the attacking opportunities that I need even with Walker not tucking in within that role, because what we could actually see them do based off of whether they choose to do a 4-1-4-1 is maybe just widen the pitch. So Walker can still play.
Okay. I just had a funny idea. I don't know, Veda, sorry for cutting you. Or maybe even with this back, sometimes Stones will be down the middle and Stones will come back to center back. Would that work out? Let's say Stones runs in the middle, Walker and Diaz and Ake make the three at the back, and then Stones sometimes drops back. I don't know if he's got that. I think Stones has got that intelligence. He's got that intelligence.
He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. He can.
So in terms of like widen the pitch, you got Walker and Ake that'll probably right there.
So Stones will be like, I don't know, like somewhere close to Rodri, but yet Stones, not so close.
Stones more than Diaz will have the freedom to kind of creep forward and play some of those passes and maybe get the ball into KDB or into Gundo, or maybe depending on where Haaland is coming through the channels, maybe even provides that ball to Haaland. But I think it's probably best to make sure that we have the speed to deal with them. And also,
I think this team is good enough, though, lads.
It's very good. And with Alvarez on the bench, with Mahrez on the bench, Pep still has options to be like, you know what? Possibly, I take Gundo off, I bring Silva back into the midfield, and I bring on an Alvarez, or I take Gundo off, I keep Silva out there, but I bring Alvarez in the middle of the pitch, so he's kind of playing second to Haaland. What I love, what the Gundo mentioned, and I was in agreement when I kind of did or envisioned my 11, is that I like the pace, or I like the energy that Silva's going to get, because we know that Haaland's not going to be chasing, closing in on the keeper and making those presses, right? But we do have Silva up there. We got Silva.
Yeah, so if somebody makes a mistake, you're cooking for it. If somebody makes a mistake in the wings, Silva or De Bruyne takes it, gives it straight to Haaland, go.
I think we got those opportunities there.
Yeah, with guys, to be honest with you, this team we're looking at has to be strong enough to go toe-to-toe with Bayern. This is a very strong, because don't forget, even Grealish and do you remember what happens, Carl? Sometimes Bernardo, if there is too much speed, Bernardo tucks in and De Bruyne becomes the winger. Remember? They switch and De Bruyne starts playing in the wing with whoever and starts spraying those balls. I think this is enough. So I love Stones and his world class, but him playing as invaded right back might be a bad idea. It would be the best to stick to the basics and play Walkers. That's
I don't know. I mean, the way Stones played against Leipzig. Just forget, Leipzig and Bayern played. Bayern were lucky to escape with a point from Leipzig when they played. We battered these guys 7. I mean, it wasn't even like it could have been 10. And because we controlled,
and Stones was pivotal. Yeah.
We controlled. So, and the funny thing about this is, my headline here in the notes that I have right here, I say here, right, 2 things: play to our level, no one can stop us. Right? If we play to, and even Pep said it today, if we play to our level, we're there. If these boys can play to the level that the Leipzig game, if they can play to that level, there ain't nobody in Europe that can stop this team. None. The question is, do they go into that game with the mentality and the readiness to play to that level? Are the crowd going to be up for it to push the team to that level? If we go down or go early, is the crowd going to complain and groan and be quiet, or they're going to push the team to the next level? We watched at Anfield yesterday when Salah misses the goal, the penalty, right? The crowd was singing his name. I was shocked. I mean, I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I respect that, right? So can we?
That was a terrible miss, though. That was a terrible miss.
It was. It was, and he's been missing a lot. The guy has been missing a lot.
Isha won that game yesterday anyway, but that's a separate discussion we're having on video.
Daniel is right.
Yeah. We'll talk later about
that. Daniel is right. This Coleman guy, when it comes to UCL and he hears that music, Coleman gets from here, Carl, becomes one of Bayern's best players. I don't know why this Coleman guy.
Let me tell you. Let me give you a surprise. I hear you, Daniel. Who's archetype for when he hears that music, he goes crazy.
I know, you're talking about Haaland, but I'm just thinking about that Coleman. It makes me laugh. All season he plays trash, and when he just hears that UCL music, Coleman just tends to do something.
You think that Erling Haaland, right, who played in Germany, who loves to play against Bayern Munich, by the way, right, loves to play against them, and they know it. To be clear, all that when you saw Thomas Müller messing around, he's afraid. That's why he's doing that stuff. You don't see Guardiola or Diaz or all these guys doing rubbish like that. They don't do this, so they're serious, they're focused. They are afraid of Erling Haaland. They are afraid of De Bruyne because they know that when they play to that level, they're unstoppable. The question again is the manager going to get them ready to play to that level, and is he going to stick to the best team? Those are two questions.
Yeah, those are two questions. Yeah, to be honest, every team that gets thrown on that pitch is the best team for me. Unless he goes crazy. Carl, anybody who shows up on that pitch, I think is capable. I think even if what funny formation he does, as long as he doesn't go as funny as Anfield, Anfield away, where he does go there, he goes extreme. So let me just read this. It says Stones can. Fernandinho has done it before. That's true. When you ask me what Pep would do, I think he will play the exact same 11 he played at versus Leipzig when we beat them 7-0. So Walker out, Akanji in, Stones in vet. Maybe. No, I said Coleman because Patrick didn't mention him when he listed Bayern's first players. No, Coleman, I respect him. I was talking about with someone. Has Haaland ever scored against Bayern? Yes, he has.
Plenty times.
Yes, he has. Yeah.
The thing that I want to mention, and we know this, right? We envision our 11, and those of you in the chat, you know this. Pep could actually do many different things. Pep
he could.
Pep could choose to have Silva. No, don't go that far. But Pep might choose not to have Silva on the pitch. Pep might choose to actually start Mahrez, or Pep might choose.
Like Bernardo Silva left back can come back.
No, I don't think he's gonna do that. But
it's like no. If you saw that, what do? You go there, isn't it? You get the plane.
You know what?
Bernardo Silva left back against Bayern.
My air miles are gonna be used. But no, we could even see Walker off and Akanji. Like there's many things Pep could choose to do, but I think one thing that we should mention with that 11 is one of the key instructions that I would give Walker in particular is I don't need you bombing forward at all. At all. We can create enough attacking opportunities without having to commit you forward and risk us with opportunities behind us.
All Walker has to do is make sure that he guides that back, and whoever is in front is able to cook and not think about tracking back, isn't it?
Yeah. Just be sound. Don't bomb forward. Don't do any crazy passes across the pitch where they get intercepted and then
those dribbles of his where he kicks it and runs and gets the ball.
Yeah. Don't try to kick it and run around. Don't do that. Just relax. But I'm happy for this matchup, man, because you said this at the beginning of the show. It's great that we're playing against a big club.
Yeah.
A one of the best in terms of
Giants,
being in form, because we got to be dialed in. And this is another thing, and we'll talk about it on future shows. When we've got to be dialed in the Champions League, there's a reason why that spills over in the league. There's a reason why we still go on these amazing runs, because everyone is listening, attentive to the manager, because it's the important time of the season. I like that it's Bayern, and that's not cockiness, that's not arrogance.
We respect Bayern. It's just that we enjoy the fact that it's a challenge. It has to be a challenge.
It's a challenge, and we got to earn it. Plain and simple.
Yeah, and I know Jack is going to cook. With the high line, all we need is De Bruyne 5 through balls to Haaland. As long as Haaland times his runs, no Bayern player will catch him through on goal. That's true. Man, I'm fired up for this one. We will win 4-1. The predictions are in. He scored 5 against Bayern. Wow. So, guys, like the vid. We're about to end the vid. I know Vita is gonna give me one of those predictions. I honestly think this is one of these games where our fan base is nervous, but the team will be completely dominant. They will completely dominate the game and win it comfortably. If we are at our best, Bayern has no chance. Big up to you, man. Daniel is oozing some confidence. So, Carl and Vita.
But do we have some more time? Like 10 minutes? I mean, we'll just talk about the other games. I know we wanted to do the detail.
Go ahead if you want.
Yeah, I mean, so let's talk about the other games. And
do you want to predict this first? Do you want to predict this first, and we jump to those games?
Yeah, I think we win this game 4-2 tomorrow, and I think that in the away leg we draw 2-2, so it's going to be 6-4 in aggregate.
Wow. Okay.
That's my prediction for tomorrow. I think we do 4-2, and then we do 2-2 away. But I think that we come out from this group. I think we come out from this game, and then we have to play Madrid first leg away at the Bernabeu, which I hope I can go to. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's what I think. And if we don't do it, guess what? We'll try again next year. Not a problem.
Yeah, it's part of life. Okay, cool. So we'll go real quick with some of these. Benfica versus Inter. What do you think?
I'm going Benfica. I'm going Benfica.
Okay.
Oh, good. That's a really.
What about yourself, Veta?
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I'm going with Benfica. They are comfortable in their league. Inter are still trying to do their thing in their league. I think Benfica is going to be dialed in. They're going to be ready to go.
Okay, cool. I'm going Benfica too. What about Napoli versus AC Milan? AC Milan recently beat Napoli 5-1. I hope the fans give some warm reception. What do you think of Napoli versus AC Milan? People are saying Napoli is favorites, but I think sometimes it's bad to play a team that knows you, Carl. Am I right? It's bad to play a team that is in your league.
This is going to be a very tight one because I think that they beat them. Was it 5-1 or 5-0? Something
5-1. I think 5-0. I think so. 5-0.
Yeah, I think in this one is going to be. I think Milan's going to win this game.
Okay.
Yeah.
But who wins the tie, though, in general? I know we're going to talk about it in another show, but who wins the tie?
That's a tough one. I don't know.
Okay, so Milan wins the first tie. For how many goals? Do you see like it's a score margin of 1-0 or 2-0? But they did rip them apart. You know, Milan beat Napoli away at the Napoli Stadium.
They destroyed them completely.
Yeah, they did. They ripped them apart. I saw them like Brahim Diaz and Rafael Leao were going through that defense bad, like it was bad.
Yeah. And then the last one, Madrid Chelsea. Madrid. I'm not even going to worry myself about that one. Chelsea
I think Madrid are going to beat them 3-1.
So my Chelsea friends want us to lose to Bayern because they're trying to hide their fear of Madrid the next day. Not Abdullahi, not Abdullahi. There's some of my Nigerian Chelsea fans who, not Abdullahi, not that group, Blue Studio, who wants us to lose to Bayern. They're afraid of the game on Wednesday against Madrid.
Okay.
Because they know that they're in the Conference League next year.
Yeah, it's not looking good for them.
Daniel is asking, why do people not have the same energy for every team? Every time we lose, they tell us about heritage. Let's not underestimate AC Milan's UCL heritage. Napoli never reached a semi-final. That's true, man. The disrespect was bad. So, guys, those are the previews. And people say we've all agreed Benfica. We've all agreed that it's going to be AC Milan against Napoli. We've all agreed it's going to be Madrid.
No, I disagree with you guys. I disagree. I think Napoli's going to win this one.
Okay. So Veta wants to be the black sheep and say that it's gonna be.
You have a good point.
I'm joking. Anyway, guys, we're going to do a reaction if I get time tomorrow in the evening. But guys, support the team. Don't be cowardly. Support the team. support the team. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. I have to head to the gym before it closes. Thank you very much.
All right, take care.